This video is a forensic accounting of the collapse of British power, which provides a diagnostic overlay for the United States today. We're looking at the day the empire actually died, November 6, 1956, and how the dollar weaponized the world. History textbooks claim the British Empire ended with political independence in 1947 or the ceremonial end in 1997. But according to secret US Treasury cables, the empire was murdered on November 6, 1956 by financial foreclosure. The scene of the crime was the Suez Crisis in 1956. While Britain had a military victory, its reserves were rapidly draining at a rate of $50 million per day. The Chancellor of the Exchequer warned that if reserves hit zero, the pound would collapse. President Eisenhower's weapon was not a fleet. He ordered the Federal Reserve to dump sterling, blocked Britain's emergency IMF withdrawal, and New York speculators shorted the pound. Prime Minister Eden had to choose between the canal and the pound. The empire's downfall was a 10-year trap, rooted in 1945 insolvency. To defeat Hitler, Britain liquidated assets and took on crushing debt. The 1946 Anglo-American loan was not a gift, but a transfer of power, leaving Britain technically insolvent. The loan included a poison pill, the convertibility clause. When activated, the pound had to be convertible to dollars. This caused a great drain, as the world dumped pounds for American goods, exploiting Britain's trapped sterling pool. The Suez Crisis proved that sovereignty is an illusion. Britain had the ships, but America had the ledger. A nation, even with nuclear weapons, is powerless if it does not control its own currency. Britain became a junior partner in the American financial system. Britain survived by mutation, creating the eurodollar, the offshore casino. If Britain couldn't rule the waves, it would rule the waves of capital. The City of London became a banker of shadow money, creating a massive, unregulated market for US dollars offshore. The cost of this shift was the Dutch disease of finance. To attract capital, the UK maintained high interest rates, which protected bankers in London, but led to industrial decay in the north, while the south experienced a financial boom. The roles have reversed, and the United States is now 1956 Britain. The US faces imperial overstretch with 800-plus military bases, creditor dependence on foreign debt holdings, and a weaponized currency through a sanctions regime. The American Suez won't start with an invasion, but with a failed bond auction, Project Sandman. The tipping point, projected for 2025-26, is when interest payments on debt surpass the defense budget. Creditors will do to Washington what Eisenhower did to London. The consequence is a, quote, British adjustment, ending the exorbitant privilege. The US must start paying for imports with real goods. This will bring an end to cheap imports, permanent inflation, and a correction in the standard of living, as Americans face a harsh reversion to reality. The survival strategy focuses on what holds value when the dollar is challenged. This includes land, global assets like equities outside the dollar sphere, and gold, the ultimate store of value when fiat currency loses reserve status. The ledger rules all. The phone is ringing in the US Treasury. Empires don't die with a bang. They die with a wire transfer. There is no one coming to bail us out. Here are the sources and a glossary of key terms discussed in this video, including the convertibility clause, sterling balances, eurodollar, and Project Sandman.